My name is Chad Nicely, and I want to welcome you to the EverLesson Tour. Now, in this demonstration, I'm going to first show you exactly what the end user sees when they log in to this membership platform. And then I'm going to show you how you're able to set up the same exact system in your online business in a matter of minutes. And most of the time, you're going to be able to do this with just 2 clicks. Now, you just saw how beautiful this membership platform looked on a mobile device. And you saw how responsive it was. You saw how intuitive it was. You saw the menus opened up down below. We had the notepad that opened up. We could leave comments. It was absolutely perfect. And I know that you have never, ever seen another membership platform act like what you just saw on that device. But now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what this membership platform looks like on a desktop computer. So you see that I'm going to log in as a customer. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in. And now right off the bat, you see that we are taken to this beautiful interface. And notice how much this design complemented the login page, because consistency and congruency are key to being successful with your members. Now, starting at the top left corner, you see that we have this profile picture. And this individual can go ahead and he can edit his profile just by coming over here. He can change out his picture, change his password, change his details very easily. And then underneath this profile picture, you see that we have some calls to actions. This is going to take us back to the home. This is here for support. And by the way, your support page is all done for you. This is going to redirect the user to other products that you have, so that you're able to make even more profits with your membership. This is an actual news feed inside the membership that acts like Facebook, so that you're able to engage your members, which once again is going to make you more profits in the process. And then this is how they log out. Notice we have the branding, we have the logo down here, and we have several templates for you to choose from. And depending on the template will determine where your logo will appear. Now, if we scroll over here to the top, you'll see that we have external links. These links right here can go to another page. It can go to a page within inside the membership site, and it can even go to an iframe page, which means your page will open up inside the membership, even though it is housed on another website. Notice we have this news ticker that is scrolling here, and it's definitely getting your attention. Now, that news ticker can actually be linked to another external product, or it can be linked to one of your products inside of EverLesson. Now, if we come over here, you'll see that we have this video. This specific video is hosted on YouTube, but you're able to host it on Vimeo, Wistia, S3, Dropbox, pretty much any video provider that you can think of. We've got you covered. Now, if you look directly below this video, these are all the lessons that are included inside the course. Now, if we come over here, you see that we have this block that tells you all about the product. The recent conversations is going to be tied to your timeline. It's also going to come in from the comments on each one of your lessons. And then you see that we have some more monetization options here. We have some more banners. Now, if somebody clicks this banner and they go and they buy a brand new Les Paul guitar, then guess what? I'm going to make a commission. I'm going to make an affiliate commission from that. Now, these banners here are actually part of our global monetization campaigns. These are the campaigns that are going to get you paid. Now, would you believe me if I told you that there is actually 4 monetization campaigns in total that you're going to be able to deploy to your members at the same exact time? The news ticker, number 1. The banners, number 2. The third campaign is actually a top bar that I have turned off right now, but with that top bar, we have a button and a strong call to action. That's definitely going to get your members' attention. And then finally, the most aggressive one of all, campaign number 4, you can actually make a light box appear over your specific lessons or the whole entire product and membership. And that light box can feature a video, a call to action, an image, pretty much anything that you're wanting to deploy to get your members to take action with you. This, ladies and gentlemen, is just the category page. Now, if I go ahead and click on our first lesson, you'll see that I'm going to be taken into the lesson page. Now, let's start over here on the top left again. What's new here is now we have a menu with all of our lessons. And notice how these colors are really complementing the overall design. And we're going to talk about that once I show you how to set up your own system, because you know what? That's just one click. Now, what's different? Well, first of all, now we have a title, we have the description, we have the first lesson right here. This is a video. And then down below, we've got the other modules inside the course. So if I click these here, notice how they light up as I hover over them. If I click these, then they're going to redirect me to that specific lesson or module. Now, if I come down here to the bottom, you'll see that we have this comment thread. And I can go ahead and say, I love this lesson. And I can go ahead and click post. And it's going to work just like Facebook. Now, if we come over here to the top right, I'm going to come back to this item here in just a minute, but look what we have here. We're able to display the next lesson that's coming up. So I'm on the Welcome to the Guitar class. And if I want to go to the Learning the Basics of a Guitar, then I just come over here and I click the next button, and then I'm going to be taken to the next lesson. Now, everything that you see here, you're able to turn off. So if you don't want this box showing up, you can turn it off from appearing on your lessons. Now, if we scroll down a little bit lower, you'll see that we have this resource area. Now, the first thing is, this is where all of your download links are going to be. So as you can see, I click that resource, and now I'm able to go and download the Beginner Guitar tab book. Okay, all I would do is click this here, and then that external link is going to open up. Now, you're able to include downloadable files. You can host them on Dropbox or S3. It can be an external link, just like this one is here, or we'll even go and put notes here for you that pertain to the specific lesson. Speaking of notes, if I click this here, you'll see that we have a section where the member is able to leave notes. So what I can do is I can play this video. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and pause it, and let's just say that the note is demo C chord. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and hit return, and notice what it just did. It just made a timestamp for that specific time on the video. So as I come back through and I look at my notes as a member, I'm able to click this here and it'll jump to that point in the video. And then we have our last box over here, which is comments that are coming in from the news feed. You'll see that this was the comment I just made. Now, if I look down below, we have what's called our scoring block. Now, if you're not familiar with gamification, you definitely need to learn about gamification. And I've got another video down below where I'm going to show you how one of our members has 6,000 completed gamification campaigns. He has to approve 200 goals every single day. He actually had to bring in 5 staff members to do that. So I invite you to watch the video down below, because when you understand how gamification works, you will 10 times your business. Serious. So how would I describe gamification? Well, here's the thing. What if I told you that throughout this whole entire course, I am actually able to assign goals to my students? And so one of those goals may be go to your nearest music store and purchase this tab guide. Okay, so once they do that, they say, yes, I completed this goal. And then what happens is they earn points and they earn badges. And as they start earning badges, then those badges are tied to rewards. So your reward could be an Amazon gift card, it could be a t-shirt, or it could be some of your other products or courses inside of EverLesson. So if you look here, you'll see that I've already received this badge right here. Now, I have 5 points, but if I want to earn some more points, or if I want to earn some more badges, I can click this link here, and it's going to take me inside my members area. Now, these are badges that I can earn right now. So I can earn 10 points if I go and take a picture of my guitar. I can earn 20 points if I schedule our first live session. And then I can earn 20 more points if I record a sample from my practice. Now, also, if I scroll down a little bit lower, you'll see that here are the goals that I've already completed. And this is where I was able to earn that badge. Now, in addition to that, you'll see that there's a block down here at the bottom. And these are the goals that I have already completed. So when I complete the goals, I'm either going to earn badges or I'm going to earn points. They're all going to show up here at the bottom. So here's that badge that I already received. But also notice that 101 people also receive that badge, okay? So, but it keeps track of all my answers and everything else. So I'm able to come back over here and reference it later. Up here, you see, here's my badges. So I could just go ahead and pile those badges here. And if there's a badge that is tied to reward, then I will see my rewards here as well. Now down here, this is how the system will automatically issue me points. So if I finish watching a video, I get 20 points. If I download a resource, I get 10 points. If I post a comment, I get 5 points. If I like a comment, I get 5 points as well. Now, we're going to show you how you determine how many points you want to give away when they take an action. That's completely up to you. The points, the badges, the rewards, you're going to set all this up and you're going to do it in a matter of minutes. And best of all, it really is simple. Okay, now before I leave this, I want to go ahead and show you that. Let's go ahead and see if we can earn these points right now. So what am I going to do? It's already been issued to one member. I'm going to click earn these points. And now you see that it's taken to what's called a goal block. So it says points that will be issued will be 20. Okay, one member has already completed this. So here's that member that's already completed it. Here's a video showing me exactly how to complete this goal. Here's the goal itself. And here's the directions. It says, I need to hear a sample of your practice session. You can use the app I demonstrated in the video below and then load to Dropbox, okay? So once I complete this goal, then I'm going to receive these points. And it's up to the administrator if they actually want to review the goal or if they just want to set it up to where it's an automatic approval, okay? Also, understand that this goal block here can be pulled into the individual lesson as well as the goal block area, okay? And I'll show you all of that stuff once we get into the back end and we actually start building our membership, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and click the back arrow. And now you see everything that a member sees and you've seen what it looks like on a mobile device. Because as you have these gamification campaigns in action, then they most certainly will keep playing. It becomes a game. And they're going to want to do this on their mobile device, especially when you tie it into the drip feed, which means you can stop them from entering into your next lesson until they complete your goal. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how fast you're able to set up a beautiful membership site just like you see right here on the screen. All right, so let's do this thing. I'm getting ready to log into the back-end administration of EverLesson. Now, what you're seeing on my screen, this actually is my dashboard. I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm doing with each one of these memberships because these memberships contain either a product or multiple products. But first, let me kind of tell you what you're looking at, okay? So you see that we have a very, very simplified menu over here, nothing real complicated. And then over here, we have quick calls to actions. So if you want to create a new membership, it's very easy to do. We're going to do that here in a minute. If you want to import in a membership from another EverLesson user, you can do that. Here we have a quick start guide, our glossary, video tutorials, and then over here, I'm able to access the frequently asked questions. I can change my profile. Here's another link to the video tutorials, our bonus. Here's where you can change passwords, and then you can go ahead and log out. Pretty self-explanatory. Also, notice we're very, very big on support. So you'll be able to click this here, and you'll be able to access our support desk. And we also have this support icon down below as well. So when you access this, you'll see that you usually get an immediate response. Okay, so you're definitely in good hands. Plus we have the community. Now, let's take a look at what we have going on here. Okay, so this here is my original membership. You can see that there's 789 members in there. I've done $17,297 in sales. Now, I really don't do a lot with this. Most of the time, people just buy because they're involved with my world and I provide a lot of value. But if we look here, we have these icons. So I can go ahead and edit the existing membership. If I click this here, then I'm going to go ahead and be able to log into the front end. Here's where we can go and share it on Facebook. This is where we have some meta tag settings for SEO. I can go ahead and clone the whole entire membership. I can place in retargeting codes or any kind of scripts. If I want to set this to a deactive status, I can go ahead and do that. I can delete the membership. This shows me the number of users as well as the campaign ID. Now, why would you want a campaign ID? Well, because you're actually able to import in your members from other platforms, and then we have total gross sales. Okay, so this is my main membership, and I've got multiple products in there. We're going to be working in that here in just a minute. Then I have what's called a Black Friday. And so what you're able to do with this platform is you're able to create a brand new membership, and then I'm able to pull in existing products from all of these other memberships, and I create a brand new membership. And then what I'm able to do is I'm able to go into those products, slash the prices, and it doesn't affect these other memberships and products. Okay, so it's amazing for Black Friday specials. Okay, then I have clients that I work with. You'll learn all about that. So you see that Jimena is very, very big with LinkedIn. So this was a LinkedIn training that she was doing, as well as she has her core membership. This over here is for our live event. So we're going to be hosting all of the recordings inside this membership here, where we can go and either sell access or give it away as a bonus. This over here is my local marketing immersion. This right here is a $14,000 course that I sell from a webinar. You see that I've already sold 2 of these right here, $28,000 in sales. Here is a package that I put together for chiropractors on Facebook because I've been very, very successful with this. This sells for $2,000 a piece. I sold 12. That comes to $24,000. This is our demo site that we provide to all of our members so that they're able to go out there and advertise their business. And they also have agency websites, so they're building sites for other individuals and businesses. So we give them this here. This here is our portal for all of EverLesson. So when you become a part of this community, you're going to get access to this membership right here. This is where we do our updates. This is where we go and we provide you with ebooks and videos and all the tools you need to succeed. This over here is my coaching program. I was doing coaching at $6,000. You can see that I've sold 6 of those. And then down here, I've got a VA training center. So what I'm able to do is I'm able to take my staff members in the Philippines and India and Pakistan, and rather than training them over and over and over and over, because of course there is a high turnover, I just ask them to log in to this members area here, and then they go through and they watch the training. They know exactly what to do. And then these here, this kind of works like what we did up here with the Black Friday. So this is a bonus for ASM. This is a bonus for Pixel Studio. So what I'm able to do is create a brand new membership and then pick and choose the products that I want to pull into this membership. And again, those products are not affected in their existing membership. And then what's going to happen is EverLesson is going to go and give me access to this membership right here. So I can take that link and I'll show you this. I can put it in JVZoo, I can put it in ClickBank, I can drop it in email, text, whatever I want to do. Here's another bonus. And then this here was a site that you just saw a minute ago. Now keep in mind, this was not a real site. We were just trying to show you how you could do this with niches and special markets. But most of everything you see here absolutely is a real site, and I haven't even put any focus into this, and I have been extremely profitable, and so have my members, okay? So now you kind of have an idea how you're able to use EverLesson. Now, let me go ahead and open up this membership here, and I'll show you what it looks like on the inside, okay? So you can see it is loading, and I've got several products inside this membership, okay? It's like a work in progress for me, but the Amazon Mastermind, if I want to open this up, I click this little arrow over here, and I can see all the modules inside of here. And if I want to preview and see exactly what this looks like, I can click this little button here, and we can see what this looks like on the page, okay? So there you go. You can see exactly what this looks like. Very, very similar to what we just saw in the previous clip. But let's go ahead and look at another one. So I'll come down here. This is one I just did the other day called Membership Mastery. So let me go ahead and open this up right here, and we'll go ahead and view. I just did session number 3, so we'll look at session number 3. Okay, so this was actually a live webinar that I did, and I was actually building this membership while I was on the webinar. So my attendees saw me dropping in like these resources. It was like one click, and then when the webinar was over, I just went and loaded it on S3, and it was done. So you kind of get an idea what you're able to do with EverLesson, and you seriously just do it with just a few clicks. And so you can see that there's comments coming in. There's my related modules. There is a report that I have for download. Here's some steps for them. And now you see that we have some monetization campaigns in action. And I've got my external resources. Here's the notes. And here you see that we have tons of comments coming in, lots of engagement. And yes, that's how EverLesson is set up. Let me go ahead and show you another one. So I'm going to come back over here to my dashboard really quick. And we'll come down here to this demo right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click a little eyeball. That way I can go ahead and log in. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and log into this membership here so you can see one of the different themes at play. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign in. And this time I'm gonna land on a specific page because I have it set up that way, okay? So here's our Tripwire profits. And notice we have the same elements in place. This is just a different theme, but now we have this top bar up there. That's one of the monetization campaigns I was telling you about. There's a news ticker. We have some more banners, external URLs. Everything's the same compared to the last clip, okay? So you come down there and we have some resources box here. Here's some other related modules. So you can see that this is very, very beautiful. And for the most part, this is done with 2 clicks, okay? So let me go ahead and come back into the dashboard. And now I want to go ahead and show you that one last monetization campaign, and I'll show you this from the back end. So I'm going to come over here. I did an interview with Eric Collin. He is the big guy with the gamification. I'm going to go ahead and click view, and you're going to see this in action. There is the last monetization campaign. Okay, so we got this video here. I can actually set it to autoplay. We have this call to action here. This could be an image, whatever you want it to be. Okay, very, very powerful strategy. But as you can see, those are the 4 monetization campaigns. Okay, so now that you have a better idea of what you can do with EverLesson as far as the end result, let's get started. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to create a new membership. Okay, very, very simple. We're just going to come up with a name for our membership. So I will just call this Katarina because my little 12-year-old is learning to do this. So I'll go like that, and I'll say Kat's membership. Okay, and I could go ahead and put that in for the description, no big deal. And then we have this default image set over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and choose an image. For right now, I'm just going to go ahead and choose our library images. So yes, you can upload your own image. You can pull from the library, or we're even integrated with various software platforms such as Usign. So for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and choose something that looks soft. We'll go ahead and choose this right here. I'll say insert, and I'm going to click proceed. And now what we've done is we just went and created her membership. The next thing is we can come over here and we can choose from various templates. Okay, so I could go ahead and look at these templates if I want to, and all I have to do is click this little button here. And now you see it's going to show me exactly what my membership looks like. So here's the video module page, here's the category page, here's the login page, and here is the sales page. Okay, so you get a brief idea what this looks like, and you can go through and choose your different themes. But if you like this, you just come over here, you click Use Theme. Now what happens is you see that it's open up to this login screen here. So if we want to change out the login screen, all we're going to do is we're going to come up here, we're going to click Add Image. And then we could go ahead and choose the same image, or we could just pull one from our library. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull in this image right here. I'm going to tell it to stretch. I'm going to say insert. There's our image. And we could go ahead and change out our logo if we wanted to and everything. I'm not going to worry about it. We can also come over here and choose a different theme for our login page. Okay, so it's very, very easy. We're going to go ahead and click save. And now kind of get an idea for what this login page looks like. Now, what we want to do is this is the actual template itself, okay? And so we're going to change this out. So the first thing is we could go ahead and add a logo if we want to, but that's fine for now. I'm going to disable the logo, okay? And then we could go ahead and choose custom colors. So notice that this blue is over here and this is over here, and we have white for the background, white for the menu, okay? So these colors all match very, very nicely. No pun intended. But if we want to change these colors, because these colors really don't match this right here, do they? Well, watch how easy this is. And instead of being, color coordinated and trying to figure out these palettes, watch this. We're going to come over here and we're just going to click these buttons until we find something that we're happy with. See what we're doing? We are matching these colors for you. You really cannot break these. So I'm just going to go through all the blues until I find something that I'm happy with, okay? And that's all. That's how easy this is, okay? So now I like those colors right there. And now let's come over here. Let's get rid of this picture. So we can come over here and we can go ahead and add the same image if we want. So I pulled that out of the library. So let's see if we can find that again. I believe it was this right here. I'm going to tell it to stretch, insert, and there we go. Now we have this over here. Does that match the colors? If it doesn't, well, now let's come over here and let's start looking at purples. Maybe that matches a little bit better. This looks like something Katarina would like. And so I'm going to go ahead and click save. And now we've saved our master template. And so that's going to apply to all of our templates, okay? There is the video holder, so you can kind of see what your menu is starting to look like. And you could just click through here and you can see what they're all going to look like, okay? So once you have created your master template, and it really is that easy, we're already done with step 1. We're done with step 2. Now we're going to come over here to step 3. Now, with step 3, this is where you're actually going to go and create your product. Now, if I open this up, I want to explain what's happening, okay? The first thing is, this is where we're going to go and we create a new product. I click a button and we come up with the name of our product, our description, and everything else. But what we're going to do is we're going to edit this existing product. Okay, so the first thing is we're going to go ahead and type in a name. So I'm just going to say Katarina's Green Screen Training, okay? I'm going to say in this course, Katarina Nicely is going to teach you how to create your own green screen videos. Okay, now I can go ahead and add her as an instructor. I already have her in here, so I'm going to show you how we do that. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to choose an image. I've already got this one right here. I'm going to show you where I got this from. I got it right out of Google. Now I don't recommend you do that. I want you to use something like Deposit Photo or something to actually go purchase the image. The other thing is this image right here, it's really too small, but you're going to get the idea for what this image does just for sake of time. But what you want to do is you want to choose an image that's at least 2,500 pixels by 1,500 pixels. And it's because of everything that we're doing with the sales pages and the funnels and everything else. You're really going to like that. But for right now, I'm going to go ahead and say insert. And so we have our title, our description, we have our instructor, we put in our image. I'm not going to worry about a logo right now, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set a category, green screen training. Okay, so that's going to be my category. And then over here, I'm going to go ahead and set some tags. I'm going to say green screen, and then I'm going to say Katarina, okay? Because I can search for these later on. I'm going to go ahead and click save. And now my product has been saved, okay? So if I want to edit this product, I can come over here and I can edit this product. If I want to have a video on the category page, so let me show you what we've done so far. If we view this product, here's everything that we already have done, right? So if I want to have a video on that page, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to add a video. Now, if I want to import in videos from YouTube, so I type in the name of a channel or somebody famous on YouTube, then I can go ahead and bring in all of their videos. Now, this is a pro feature, so I'm not going to show you this right now. It'll be inside the pro video. Now, here's how we go, and we're going to add a video lesson, a content lesson, a free giveaway, or we can actually create categories here, okay? And this here is where we're going to set a level. So with a level, what you're going to do is you're going to be able to group products together. So you might have like a gold level, and it's going to consist of product A, B, and C. Over here, we have retargeting codes for the specific product. This is where we can go and decide if we want to have related modules on this product itself. Now we can delete the product, we can inactivate it, we can view the product, we can clone the product, and we can go ahead and move the product, okay? Notice also that I'm only looking at the one product, right? I can come over here and I can toggle back and forth between my different products. Okay, so now we have this green bar here. What is this green bar doing? Well, what this is your live update lesson. So what you're able to do is we are integrated with an amazing platform called LiveLeap. And with LiveLeap, you're able to take the Facebook Lives, you're able to go live in your profile, in your fan page, in your group, and now you're able to actually go live inside of your membership as well. And so all you would do is you would come over here and you would enable LiveLeap, and then you would come over here and just toggle the switch. And when you go live, it'll be live inside your membership. Now, the reason why this is really cool is because you can go live all at once to multiple products, or you can turn this toggle switch off on all the products that you don't want to go live on, and then just select the individual products that you do want to go live in, okay? Now, let's go ahead and create a video lesson. So I'm going to click this little video button here, and you're going to see here is the lesson. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and call this the welcome video. So I'm going to click this here, and I'm going to say welcome video, okay? Welcome to the training. Now, you can choose to load an image if you want to, but I'm going to tell you right now, don't do this. Just use this one image all the way through your product because it's going to be extremely easy. It's going to be very, very congruent, consistent. Your members are going to love it. It's going to be a nice, clean design, okay? You're going to see that in a minute. But if you want to override each and every one of your images, then yes, you can do that, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and click save. And now we just went and created our first module. Congratulations. Now, all we need to do, that was one click, and now we're gonna go ahead and we're going to place a video inside the library. This is your video library. Now, everything inside of EverLesson uses libraries. And so what you do is you build up these massive libraries, and then you just pull in the media as you see fit. And that way, you don't have to pull stuff in over and over and over and over. You can recycle it. And on top of that, we have it set up to where you're able to automatically link it to multiple lessons at once. I'm going to show you that here in just a minute. So what we're going to do is we need to go ahead and pull in a video. Now, if I had existing videos here, I could just go ahead and click the button and pull it in. But since I don't, I'm going to come over here and click Add New Video. Now, notice you can pull from YouTube, Vimeo, Wistia, Amazon S3, Dropbox, generic, even HTML5. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull in this green screen video right here that Katarina did. I'm going to go ahead and copy this link, and I'm going to come over here to YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and paste this right here. I'm going to say Katarina's welcome. And then what I'm going to do is I can go ahead and assign tags to the video as well. So I can say Katarina, and then I can say green screen. And that way we can go ahead and search by the title, and we can search by the tags. So when you pull in multiple videos, like hundreds of videos into your library, you can go ahead and search by title or tag. We can go ahead and set it for autoplay, but that's good enough. I'm going to go ahead and click submit. What it does is now added the video into my library. I'm going to say insert this video. I'm bada bing, bada boom. Now you see that we have added the video to the actual lesson. And so if I come over here and if I click the view button, now we should see her video. There it is right there. And we should be able to play it. There she is. Okay. And that's how that works. So notice how fast all this is being done. Your menu is being created for you. You have all the top icons over here. We don't have any resources yet, but we're getting ready to do that. You got these comments down here at the bottom. This is so very easy. Okay. So let's come over here and let's create another video module. And this time, we'll just call this one break time, okay? So I'm gonna come over here, and I'm gonna say break time, okay? This is your break from the training. Okay, good enough. We don't need to select an image. I'm gonna go ahead and click save. There we go. That was one click, and now we come over here. Let's go ahead and add our video. Let's say add new video. We could go ahead and pull in that existing one, but there we go. I'll go ahead and paste this here, okay? And then we'll say cats break time. Okay, and I'll just say Katarina for the tag again. There we go. And I'm gonna go ahead and say submit. Now we just went and added it to the library. There it is right there. I'm gonna say insert this video. And guys, we have already went and created 2 lessons. Do you see what I'm doing here? 1 click, 2 click. That's what I'm saying. Most of the time, once you have your membership site where it's beautiful and it's all set up, all you're going to be doing is doing 2 simple clicks, okay? So there's her other video, and notice what's happening now. We have related modules that are automatically appearing down here at the bottom. And as I hover over this, you can see that it is lighting up. Everything is awesome, okay? Now, let's go ahead and add some resources here, okay? So let's say that in the video, she wants you to use Camtasia. Okay, well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here and we're gonna click on this little add resource button. And I'm gonna do a new resource, and I'm gonna say Camtasia Studio. This is what I use to produce my screencast videos. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and say external URL. And I'm just going to do something like techsmith.com. And I'm going to say submit. And that's it. So we just went and added a resource to this page right here. So if I come over here and click the view button, you will see that here we have our resource box. And boom, there's our resource. Now they can come over here and they can go ahead and click the resource. They can come over here, do their notes, and now we have the timeline. Do you see how easy this is? This really is not complicated. And I come over here and I just keep adding lessons just like this. There's a new lesson. There's a new lesson. And now as I come over here to my pages, let's go ahead and see what happens. We'll go ahead and look at the bottom. Now you see that we have our related modules already coming in, right? And so 95% of the work is done for you. You really don't have to do anything. Okay, now let me show you something else. Let's say on this second module here, we want to use the same exact resource. Well, I'm going to click that. This time I'm going to say use existing resource, and I'm going to go ahead and say assign resource. And that's it. We didn't have to enter that resource again. And if we come over here and we preview this, you'll see that the resource is over here inside the box, right? And so that's how fast you're able to pull in media. We don't want you doing the same steps over and over and over, okay? Now, let's go over here and let's look at what's called the long description. So if I open this up, what this is a WYSIWYG editor, right? What you see is what you get. All right, then we can come over here and we can go ahead and make this bold. We can go ahead and increase the size if we want to. Okay, and we can come over here and we can go ahead and link it. We can pull in images. Okay, so I come over here and I could just go ahead and upload one from my computer if I want to. So if I say open, I'll say send to server. It's going to go ahead and pull in the image. Okay, and so there's the image. That's how fast we're doing this. If we want, we can go ahead and hyperlink this image. We can pull in MP3 files, like audio files. We can come over here. We can pull in videos if we want. There's all kinds of crazy stuff you can do, right? But now watch this. I'm going to go ahead and take this one out here, and I'm going to take this out. And what I want to do is I want to put that Camtasia resource underneath the video. So I'm going to come over here and click add resources, and then I'm going to say use existing resource. There's my resource. I'm going to say insert, and boom, there it is. We're going to go ahead and click save changes and exit. Now we're going to come over here and let's go ahead and preview this. And now you see that we have added that resource underneath that video. Okay, so now you're seeing what the long description does. But guess what? It gets even better because I'm going to come back into that welcome video. Now watch this. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to push this down. And now I'm going to drag what's called an action block. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to say insert blocks. And this time I'm going to choose an action block. So I'm going to go ahead and say this. And then what we're going to do is I can go ahead and choose one that has an opt-in form below it, a button, an image, or text. I'm going to go ahead and choose the button right now. I'm going to say create block. And now we're going to say step number 1 by Camtasia. Okay? And then if I want, I can come over here and I can go ahead and select a video. I'm just going to go ahead and do this video for now. And then I say click here to get Camtasia. Okay? And I'll go ahead and change that. All right, and then this here, we could do like camtasia.com. All right, and then I can choose, do I want to open or close? So I'm going to go ahead and say open. That's how fast we do that. We can go over here. We could change out all the colors if we want. We'll come over here to color settings, and we could just go ahead and change the background color. There we go. Update block, okay? And now we have this block right here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull this up, and let's go ahead and click Save Changes and Exit. And then we'll come over here, and we'll preview this, and you're going to see what we just did. Okay, so now we have this welcome video here, and then we have step number 1 inside of an action block. And then we have our resource down below. Do you see how fast we're doing this? Now, obviously, you would not use the same video here. This would actually be a step video, but I think you get the idea, okay? So that's what the long description is going to do. I already showed you how we're going to go and place the video. Now, we'll come back over here to the package, but this is where we can go and set our related modules. Now, the related modules is what is appearing down here below. So let me look below this video here. And you will see these are all the related modules. So with that setting I just showed you, I'm able to turn these off from this individual page, from the whole page, and then there's also a setting where I can decide if I want to turn off certain things from the menu, okay? So all of that is found inside the related modules, and then over here we're able to delete the lesson, we can turn the lesson off, we can view it, we can clone the lesson, and this right here is the drip feed, so I'll show you how we're going to set the drip feed because we wouldn't do it on the first lesson, which is what this is, because the live update doesn't count. We're going to set the drip feed on this lesson right here, and then this just allows you to go and drag and drop your lessons, okay? So let's come over here to the drip feed on the second one, and what we want to do is we want to say, okay, when the welcome video has been completed and 2 days have passed and they've earned at least 20 points, then we're going to go ahead and open up the module that we're on. Okay, so they don't get to see this lesson right here until this one has been marked complete. All right, so that's how the drip feed works. Now you guys have a better idea how this whole entire dashboard works. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to come over here and we need to assign our permissions. Now you have two options. Number one, you can create what's called a level. And with a level, you have, say, a gold level or a silver level. And a gold level consists of product A, B, or C. But with packages, and packages are what you guys want to use, you take an individual product and you break it down to packages. So the whole entire thing could be one package, or you could have package A, and this could be like package B, and then these two could be like package C, okay? So how we do that is we're gonna come over here to step 4. We're pretty much done with step 3, so let's come over here to step number 4, okay? And we're gonna go ahead and choose our product. We're gonna say add package. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create an all access package. So I'm gonna say all access, and then I'm gonna go ahead and choose my product. And then notice what we're doing is we're building out your sales page for you automatically, okay? So this product is going to consist of video training Facebook updates, okay? And then we can come over here to the description. This is Katarina's green screen training, okay? And so you can see this is what it's gonna look like on the sales page. We go ahead and click save. And the next thing is we're gonna go ahead and set up a price. And the next thing is we're gonna go ahead and set a price for this, or we can make it for free. So I come over here, I can integrate with JVZoo, PayPal, Stripe, ThriveCart, manual payment, free access. We have tons of providers, okay? So in this instance, I'm gonna go ahead and do free access, and then I'm gonna go ahead and click save. Now we've already went and created the whole entire package, okay? So the next thing is we have to come back over here to step 3, and we have to assign these packages. So I'm gonna come over here, and I'm gonna go ahead and say, okay, let's go ahead and say all access is going to see this live update, and then all access is going to see this one right here, okay? And then all access is going to receive this one right here, all right? We're just gonna do this for each and every one of these lessons. And by the way, if these lessons are inside of a category, then what you can do is you can set the category and it'll go ahead and affect all the packages. Now notice how these are blue and these are not blue is because I haven't set a package for these yet. So that's how I know the members are not going to get to see access because I don't have anything set. So I wanna set all these for blue. And there we go, now we've done that. And now we've gone and created our access points. And that's pretty much it. You can now go out there and actually put people into your membership site, okay? And EverLesson is going to deliver access to them and everything else. And when they come in here, they are going to see the membership that looks just like this. And that's how fast we've done that. We already have external URLs. We've already placed our videos. Our menus are being created. Our calls to actions are here. We have comments down below. We have our related modules. And we have resources down here. Everything is rocking and rolling. Okay, so now let's come back into here to the packages. I'm gonna show you something else. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here and we're gonna go ahead and add an email message, okay? So you can see that we have this default template for you. It comes from your email address. Here's the subject. You can go ahead and change that. And then you got the body of the email here. So it says, congratulations on your purchase, okay? So you can change this up. This is all dynamic information. It's gonna be automatically pulled in for you. This is where you can go ahead and edit that package. This is where you can go and link your autoresponder that you have set. Okay, you don't have to mess with form code or anything. We're gonna do all that for you. This is really cool. What this does is, let's say that you went and assigned a price to that package, okay? And the package is related to the product. But let's say that you want to be able to give away this product as well. Like you got friends or family or whatever, you don't want them to have to buy. So we're gonna come over here, we're gonna copy this link, and we're gonna give them this link right here. And as soon as we do, they're going to fill out this form and then they're going to get access to this package right here, okay? Also, you can take this form here and go ahead and drop it into any page builder such as InstaBuilder, Convertry, Profit Builder, Lead Pages, ClickFunnels, doesn't really matter. And what's gonna happen is the form is now gonna be inside that page. And when they fill out the form, they're gonna go into your autoresponder and they're going to get access to your membership, okay? There's also some advanced API settings here. For most of you, you won't have to worry about that, all right? So now we're done with the package. So we're done with the 4 steps, guys. Now let's come over here to step number 5. Step number 5 is pretty self-explanatory. The first thing is we're gonna come over here, we're gonna click this here, and we're gonna go ahead and fill out our support details. So we put in our email, we put in our support URL, our phone number. If we have Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, we can put a description, we can put in a picture, and all of this stuff is going to appear on our support page. It all happens automatically, okay? Next thing is we have the newsfeed. You don't need to do anything with this. We have this My Products tab. You don't need to do anything with this unless you don't want to use our My Products tab, but this is how you're going to make money with the system. Then we have a Store tab. It's going to work the same exact way. I'll explain the difference between these two. We also have a privacy policy and a terms and condition. But let's say that Katarina has her own blog. Well, we're going to come over here. We're going to click Create New Page. And I'm going to say My Blog. And then we're going to go ahead and choose page content, external URL, or an iframe. I'm going to say external URL. I'm going to say Submit. And now we have a new external link called My Blog. And so we're going to come over here and we're going to go ahead and say KatarinaNicely.com. And I'm going to go ahead and say Submit. Okay, and there we go. Now we've done this. And so let's go ahead and come back in here to step 3, and we can go ahead and preview this really quick just to see what this looks like. So we're working on the external links right now, which is step number 5. And so you see now we have my products, store, and now my blog. So when they click these links, they're going to be redirected to her blog. So you can have as many links as you want up here. Also notice that we pulled in your privacy policy and your terms and condition here at the bottom as well. See how easy this is? So we're done with step 5 now, guys. Now we come over here to step number 6. Now, before I show you how we're going to do this, let me show you an existing step number 6 so that you can see how very powerful this is. So I'm going to come over here to this demo site once again, and we're going to click on step number 6 inside the demo site, okay? So you're going to see what this looks like. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to click this view button. Okay, and here's your demo site. Notice it's beautiful. And remember I said when we're creating our package, we're already building your sales page for you? Well, look, all of this was done for me automatically. I didn't have to do anything. The page was automatically created, and now it's linked through the system. So people come into my membership, they love me, they love my updates, they love my products, and they say, hey, I want to buy your other products. So they click on the My Products page. They're taken to this page right here. They click on the button, they buy, they get instant access, bada bing, bada boom. You are getting paid, something that no other membership site will do for you, okay? So let's come back into the membership site that we are working on. It's right over here in the bottom. We're going to go ahead and click Edit. Okay, so now let's come into step 6 ourselves, okay? So if we come over here and if we view our sales page, first of all, our sales page isn't going to look like much, okay? That's all the information we have so far. So let's go ahead and change that, okay? Now, if we come over here, we can go ahead and do like we did before. It's a WYSIWYG editor. We can pull in content, videos, images, whatever we want to do. This allows us to come over here and pull in testimonials. So I want to make sure you understand this, okay? As your members are going through your products and your memberships, they're going to be asked to rate your product. Now, what we're doing is we're taking all the information they provide and we're pulling it into your testimonial, right? Now, even though she doesn't have any testimonials, that's okay. We're going to get her started. I'll show you how to do that here in just a minute, okay? The other thing is we have this quote block. So we can come over here, we can change out the quote, and we can go ahead and change some of the text on the page. No big deal. I'll show you that here in a minute. Then if you don't want to use our sales page, guess what? You can go ahead and put in your own external link. So if you have like Convertri or ClickFunnels or whatever, you can go ahead and put in a link there, and then we're going to link it throughout the whole entire system. This here is where you can go ahead and place a top bar on top of the actual sales page as well, okay? And then if you don't want your sales page appearing when they click on the link up at the top that says my store and my products, then this is where you can go ahead and turn this off, okay? Now, also remember that we went and created one package. So if I open this up, here's my package right here. And if I want to have an external link for my package, I can go ahead and do that. And if I want to turn it off, I can go ahead and do that as well, okay? Now, let's come over here. Again, remember, this is kind of boring looking. So let's see if we can go ahead and change out our sales page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Theme Settings. Here's my sales page. Here is my packages down below. This is just default information. So the first thing is we're going to come over here and we're going to go ahead and edit the overall design. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a different theme. I'm going to say Apply Theme. Okay, there we go. Now I don't like those colors. So once again, let's come over here and let's choose some predefined colors. Okay, now I don't think that this picture is doing her any justice. So let's come over here. I'm going to go ahead and upload a photo really quick. I'll say upload image. I'm going to go ahead and choose this one right here. I just pulled this off of Google, and I'll go ahead and tell it to cover and stretch. I'll say insert. Okay, there's our image. But look, that's not a very good placement for this. So I'm going to go ahead and say reposition. And let's see if we can go ahead and do this. Okay, cool. You guys see how fast you're able to do this? And now maybe these colors don't work out too well. So we can go ahead and choose like different colors if we want, right? Okay, so maybe something gray. Maybe something blue. Okay, I like that. So we'll go ahead and click Save. And there you go. Now you've gone and created your sales page, and the rest of the information is going to be pulled in for you. Okay, so there you go. That's how easy it is, guys. We already went step 1 through step 6 that fast, and I covered everything. Now, if I was just doing this myself, if I was just creating a brand new membership site, that would have taken me 3 minutes tops. But I'm having to explain each and every item to you. So I hope you understand how really powerful and easy this really is, okay? Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here to system settings, okay? So if I come over here to default landing page, here's what you're able to do, all right? You can go ahead and choose whether you wanna have your membership that has multiple products in it, like my personal one does, or you could just have one product inside your membership. And in that case, you can go ahead and choose a specific page that you want them to land on once they log in. Okay, so that's what that does there. If you have your own custom domain name, yes, you can come over here, follow these simple little instructions, and now we can type in KatarinaNicely.com. It'll take them directly to her sign up page. Okay, over here we have some social settings. If you want to enable or disable the comments, you can do that. If you want to enable or disable the share settings, the share comments on Facebook and Twitter, we're integrated with Slack. Here you can come over here and moderate any comments for your products. Over here we have the SMTP settings. This has to do with email. I don't need to get into that. Over here we have the default text settings. Now let's say that you live in Japan and you want to create a membership that's in Japanese. Well, guess what? We have taken all the language in the site, and you're able to come over here and you're able to translate it to your language. So yes, EverLesson will work for any language in the world, okay? All you have to do is just come through here and just search for your item and just go ahead and change it. We have everything here, every template, every word that we've ever used, so that you're able to convert EverLesson into any language, okay? If we come over here to page settings, this is where you have some other options. So if you want to enable or disable SSL mode, if you want to display products for the members which they don't have access to, what this is a little game, okay? So on the front end, they can click this link that says, check out my other products. And what you're able to do is you're able to kind of tease them a little bit and say, look, here's all the products you have access to. And when they go click it, it says, sorry, you don't have access, okay? That's what that does. If you want to enable or disable the recent conversation, or if you want to turn off the mark complete button, if you want to send your text direction from right to left, if you want to have a cookie policy, if you want to set it up to where you can show them how many points they can earn, if you want to have the upcoming modules, if you want to turn off certain icons on your pages, if you want to disable the little power by tag over there on the side, you can do all of that, okay? Here, this is a security setting, so if you want to set up your membership login sessions allowed per day, you can go ahead and set that up. Over here, this is your LiveLeap settings. So you come over here and you're going to take this URL into LiveLeap, and that's how LiveLeap knows to talk to your membership, okay? So there's your system settings. Next, we have what's called optional settings, okay? So this is where you're going to go, and this is where you're going to create your level, all right? Very, very easy. Next, we have our monetization. With this is where you're able to go and deploy those campaigns. So I'm going to say create monetization, and I'll just say cat. I'll say create. Watch how fast this is, guys. Here is all of our monetization campaigns. We can fire them all off at once. So we have a news ticker. Check out Katarina's. And so I put the link here, Katara nicely.com. That's on a real site. She has her text color, and then we can decide, do we want it on specific modules or lessons, or do we want it on all? I'll go ahead and say all. I'm going to go ahead and click save. And now we have a news ticker that's going to be deployed on all of her products. Next, we'll come back over here. Let's go ahead and edit that. And we'll come over here to banner. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and load a banner from my computer. Just go ahead and show you really quick. So I'll go ahead and do this banner right here. I'll say insert, and I'll send it to her site again. And I'll go ahead and say all, save. There we go. Now we've done the news ticker, we've done the banner. Now let's go ahead and do the top bar. So we'll come over here and we'll click on top bar. Okay. And we'll say, make sure you click here to claim it. Okay. And then we have button text, claim it now. All right. And then we can come over here. We can choose a product from EverLesson, or we can use our own URL. Kata, KatarinaNicely.com. And then we can come over here and we can set the bar color. So I believe her site was blue, so let's do like an orange color or something like that. Okay, and the text color is going to be white, and then the button color is going to be blue. I think that's fine. and then we can go ahead and tell it to do it on all the products. I go ahead and click save. And then if I want, I can deploy a pop-up too at the same time, but I'm not going to worry about that. So let's come over here to step 3. Let's just go ahead and preview really quick without having to log in. I'll come over here and I'll go ahead and click this little eye and we'll see what we got. Okay, and there you go. Notice that we have the top bar up here. We have the banner over here, and if I was live, you would see the little news ticker. So look how fast this site is developing, guys. That's how fast this whole entire thing is happening. And if they come over here and they click on the P, then they're going to be taken to the sales page that we just created. And if they click up here, the store, they're going to be taken to the sales page that we just created. And if they come over here and they click on the My Products tab, then we're going to show them the other products that we have. So obviously you can come over here and you can disable this, okay? So we're almost done, guys. So let's come back over here, all right? So we're done with the monetization. The gamification is so very easy, okay? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to create a new badge. So we're on this product, and I'm going to say Cats Go-Getter, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and select the badge type. So I'm going to say task. I can do a task or a points badge. I can go ahead and choose a reward, but I'm not going to worry about that. So I just went and created a badge. Now I can come over here, and I can go ahead and create a goal, right? Make a post. Follow the video above and make a post on my blog. All right. Now we come over here. We can choose a video. So I'll just go ahead and choose this one right here. Okay. Now we put in a video. We can have it to where they have to put in a user input field. So we can say something like this. Type in the URL in the field below. Okay. There we go. And then we decide, do we want to have a task badge or do we just want to go and issue points? I'm going to go ahead and do a task badge. There it is right there. I can set it up to where Katarina has to approve the goal before they receive the badge. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and enable it for the module. So I want to pull this, this goal into my module. So I'm going to go ahead and click save. Okay, so there you go. Now we just went and created a goal. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to step number 3, and let's just go ahead and pull that goal into a lesson. So let's say we want to have it here. Well, let's come back over here to long description. Remember this is where we did our action block, and we're going to do that again. We're going to say insert blocks. This time, instead of doing an action block, we're going to do what's called a goal block. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to choose this type right here. And I don't have any existing goal blocks. I'm going to say create a new goal block. I'm going to go ahead and choose my goal. There it is right there. Here's what it looks like. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take off the block mode, and then this is going to get rid of the borders here. And I'm going to go ahead and say update block. It's going to put the placeholder there. There it is. Save changes and exit. And now if we come over here and we preview this, now you can see here is the goal. Okay, so we can have it to where it's open or it's closed. So it's the same as an action block, but the difference is they're going to receive badges and points when they complete this. So this could say step number 1, step number 2, step number 3, step number 4, and then they can go through and complete each one of these goals, and then they can receive badges and rewards. Okay, so that's how the gamification works. Very, very simple. You just got to get used to it. Over here, this is where we have all of our resources. So remember this resource that we set up here? Well, this here shows me that it's linked to 3 different places. So what I can do is I can click this here, and if I have some more lessons, look here. I can go ahead and link this resource to here, and I can link it to here. And now Camtasia is linked to all 4 of these resources. I go ahead and say select, and that's it. It's done. I can also come over here and I can edit this existing resource as well, okay? So let's come back over here. That is our managed resources. Over here, this is the pending goals. So as people go and complete gamification, you can see the ones that are pending, the ones that you've approved, and the ones that you've denied. Remember, your goals are tied into your drip feed. Over here, this is the instructors. So you can come over here, you can add as many instructors as you want. So as you can see, Katarina is the only instructors. Over here, this is where you can go and you can set up your rewards. So I can come over here and I can add like a t-shirt, right? So I could say Cats t-shirt. Okay. You just received. All right, and then I can go ahead and do a download, or I could just do like a URL. So this would be like somespeciallink.com. Okay, it could be a coupon, doesn't matter. This could be one of your other products. Remember that free URL that I showed you in the packages where they filled out that form, they got access to your package? Well, guess what? You could go ahead and pull in those URLs into the reward section here, and then when they receive badges and points, you could actually go and give them access to your other products, right? So I'm going to say submit, and now what that allows me to do is inside the gamification, remember where I went and set up this badge? Well, now I'm able to come over here and assign a reward when they receive this badge. Okay, so you're starting to see how powerful this system really is. Okay, so that takes care of the rewards. Now we have our testimonials, right? So I come over here, I'm going to go ahead and select this product, and let's say that somebody's went and left us a testimonial on Facebook. Well, what we can do is we can come over here, click on create testimonial, and we can go ahead and say, Heather Benson, okay? And we can say, I just love your products, Katerina, okay? And then we can go ahead and pull in her image here if we wanted to. I'm gonna go ahead and tie this to her product. I'm gonna say submit my testimonial. And then remember in step number 6, when I said you can pull in your testimonials, well, let's come back over here. Let's click on this, and there it is. And I'm gonna go ahead and say assign. And there you go. Now the testimonial has been assigned to the sales page, okay? So that's how you're gonna do your testimonials. Over here, we have what are called manual payments. So what you're able to do is you're able to come over here and you're able to set up a bank and you're able to set up wire instructions. And so what happens is your customer can then send you a wire or they can send you a check. They will receive limited access until you have receipt of the payment, and then it'll go and open up automatic access for you. Pretty amazing, right? And then over here, we have our rating settings. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna choose this product and we're gonna come over here and we're gonna add new questions. What did you think of my training? Okay, I'll go ahead and click save, and then I can come over here and I can add a new question, right? And I can say, do you think you can take action with it? Okay, and that's all we're gonna do. We're just gonna come over here and we're gonna ask these questions, okay? And so when they're going through your product and they're watching your videos and everything, and they click on that little link that says, rate this product, they see these questions here and they come over here and they select out of 5 stars. And then what we're doing is we're pulling that information into your sales page if you choose for it to be there. And then what we're doing is we're pulling all this information into your sales page, and then while they're doing your rating, they're actually asked to leave a testimonial for you as well. And you have seen how you pull those testimonials into your sales page. Okay, so that pretty much covers the optional settings. And then over here, we have My Members. So with My Members, you're able to come over here and you're able to go ahead and search for any of your members. So you go ahead and pull up your membership, and then you can go ahead and pull up your product. And then if you want, you can pull up individual packages. You can come over here and you can change the emails. You can change the passwords. You can change their access. You can remove them from a drip feed. Just all kinds of cool stuff that you can do, okay? So that's the members, okay? And then you can go ahead and you can import in your members. You can create new members. Just tons of stuff that you can do. And then if we come over here to recommendation, watch this. Here we have our certified consultants, okay? These are our power users with the system. They have all got certified. They have our agency license. They build membership sites for other people and other businesses, and they are here to help you. Over here on this tab, we have our integrations. We currently have 30 plus integrations with this amazing system, okay? So there's so much here, guys. I don't even think I covered half of it, but here's the promise that I'm gonna make to you, okay? This system really is stupid simple. And I promise you, you will get this. And we have the community there to make sure you get this. Okay, so there you go, guys. I don't even think I covered a quarter of what this platform does. It is so very powerful, but now you have a better idea. That was a complete walkthrough, but there's many more features, many more benefits to using it. And do not get overwhelmed, because we're gonna do everything we can to help you succeed. Matter of fact, we've got the most engaged, hyperactive, successful community you've ever seen on Facebook, and everybody is here to help you. We've got the tutorial videos, we've got the support desk, we've got the FAQ. You can absolutely use this system, and you'll get to the point where you get it down to 2 clicks and you'll be creating memberships on the fly. Okay? Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I look forward to seeing you inside of EverLesson. Take care.